Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome again to the blog of the Doctor on Call at the parking lot. My name is Dr. Maximo Gomez Nasser, and today I'm going to make an exception and discuss with you one of the reasons why I believe I am in this position instead of being at any regular hospital providing medical services. In 1989, I was doing my internship, and just remember this is the year when the Berlin Wall collapsed. So by July of 1990, I graduated and was deployed to a rural area as a general practitioner, solo practitioner to a population that didn't receive medical services, reliable, and then we are deployed there to cover those underserved population. And in that setting, one of the realities I faced was the fact that suddenly there is a shortage in oil. The whole nation, this is a country called Cuba, the island of Cuba. So basically we were dependent, the whole place is actually, like most places in the world, depending on the consumption of oil. Right here, America is the typical example as well. So we were depending on this foreign resource, and suddenly it created a huge chaos because the Berlin Wall collapsed. There was not more regular supply of fuel to the island, and in that setting I used to go and visit my patients with a bicycle, and one day I saw a horse and it came like a flash of light. Let me just use the horsepower back again into some form of energy. So I was thinking, why don't we use the anatomy of the horse, the physiology, the knowledge of the movements that we already have, and apply into building a mechanism to optimize or to harness, if you will, the horse power. The horse's power is actually a measure of power, of energy. The energy is defined as the capacity to do work. So basically, back in the times, centuries before the oil, this was the source of power that we use. And as a matter of fact, it's still today we use the horsepower as a measure to define what is energy, defined by 746 watts per second. So a horse in 1 hour can produce 2 megawatts and pennies, exactly 2,685,000 with 600 watts. And this is a lot of energy, because if you put that into an equation of the cost in the market, it would represent approximately approximately $65. So it's a lot of energy. This is in 1 hour. In 10 hours will be $2,000, 2,600. This is pretty decent income for any farmer, for anyone, by harnessing the force of horses. Of course, horses are not the only one and that can do that. And in 2003, when I was doing residency training in January 2003 at Lincoln Medical and Mental Health Center, I founded this company called Zoo Mechanic, because zoo means animals, and I was thinking bringing all the animals, the big animals that can produce energy, namely the oxen, the buffalo, donkeys, virtually any animal that can be used, the force harness, into a specially designed sort of mechanism to ease our job. Instead of doing that by humans or human forces, slave force, human force, we simply use the animals as always we have. So you can have an idea what is this. The solar panels usually provide less than 10% of the energy that you consume in your home. If you are in very close proximity to the equator, you can probably increase that. Probably you can even reach the 100% of your consumption in the month by putting the solar panels. But still, these are expensive technologies. Let's not forget it is starting at least in $10,000 to $15,000 just to have a decent amount of power conversion from the solar into the grid of your home. Now, compare that to a horse. A horse in 1 hour produces the average energy consumption of 2.5 months in the average American home. That, by the way, the average American home consumes, with air condition, full place during summer, microwaves, 2 TVs, all the appliances that we have, and we consume as average approximately in the range of 900,000 megawatts. So it's less than kilowatts. I'm sorry, 900,000 kilowatts, less than 1 megawatt. And a horse produces in 1 hour 2.6 megawatts. So it's more than 2.5 months in just 1 hour. So the idea is it worth it to invest in this concept, in this idea, in building this technology? Of course. So I went to a farm and founded my company and research and development to start developing this mechanism. And long story short, it has been a long ride. Like every technology, requires investments, and if I cannot access any job in the medical field, then do this as a collateral, like a hobby in my free time, then it's impossible to build the technology. But America is a nation of innovation, and this is what everybody comes to America. This is one of the reasons why people come to America. Innovators from all around the world come with the hope that bringing these dreams and these technologies and making it happen here, and then from here spreading and to the rest of the world and helping many ways. Now imagine what horsepower, let's say oxen, is not an ideal setting for New York, for Manhattan, right here across in 500, less than 1 mile from here, in to the east. However, it's a huge, excellent tool for farmers in the remote and rural areas of the world. We're talking about capacity to pump water. 900,000 liters of water in 1 hour. That's a very significant amount, by harnessing this muscle into pumping water. Of course, it depends on the height, but we're talking an average height of 1 feet, or up to, let's say 1 meter is still a very significant amount, approximately 300,000 liters. It's a lot of water pumping capacity. Water pumping capacity is the definition of one of the definitions that we use to say how developed is a nation. So if we have this capacity spread by helping, if oxygen is nothing in terms of cost, however, it can replace easily the oil, because the oil generation of electricity costs 4 cents the kilowatt hour. Let me say in other words, if you are an oil company, you have to invest, just to start, $400,000 in order to make 1 million. So basically what we're saying is, and what I'm proposing is this: instead of starting with that huge amount of capital just to make 1 million, with oxen we can make that same amount. And the only investment is the investment of the mechanism that I built and I have designed and I have improved during all these years, and to actually train the oxen or the horses or the buffaloes. It's up to the farmer. We give this tool to the farmer. Here is Mr. Farmer, here you have. Why this is an important tool for protection of democracy. Democracy defined by any country that is the structure of government is elected by the majority of the votes, or the popular vote. So if we are in a democracy, we want also to have a network of people that can support democracy in a meaningful way. So this is some valuable tool for that. It's a valuable tool for generating electricity, which means wireless internet communication, internet, cellular, all capacity to communicate with people. And this is something that you don't have to do. It has to be, give me 1,000 farmers that are loyal for defending democracy. And these 1,000 farmers is spread around the map are going to be, with their oxen, are going to be generating a few $1 million, literally in capacity of energy, by using just grass and the oxen. And this is a technology to spread around to create a parallel network, if you will, of telecommunication as a guarantor of democracy as well, as a guarantor of peace, because nobody wants a coup d'etat that somebody comes with aircraft and start bombing the television station, the radio station, occupying the main source of power and say, now we are the bosses here. No, no, no. The boss is the people that elected the government. And this should be everywhere, it should be honored. And so this is just a general concept I want to put out there. The technology is called horse speeding vehicle, or animal power electricity generator. It has improved to a very simple wheel that multiplies the force of this animal. The advantage is that it takes two things. The whole mass of the animal, called gravitational potential energy, is invested into transforming that mass into watts. That's one of the factors. The other factor is the muscle, which is what we have used so far, muscle only. When we use the horses, we were using only muscle. We were not ever using the gravitational potential energy of the horses. In this technology, in the way I have designed it, it uses both kinetic and potential energy, which is something good. So, very simple, humbly speaking, I say this because I want to share it with you. This is the idea is to network. You are a part of a network if you want to do this. You, right here. By the way, it is called franchising energy. So you have a farm, you hire a person that knows how to handle the animals, or you learn how to do it, or you are the farmer yourself and you want to put it. Instead of plowing the land and wasting 6 months to receive the fruits, this is something that you are immediately receiving the fruits because it's generating energy. Energy is like the holy grail, if you will. So, humbly speaking again, let's start reaching to each other, to help each other. Medicine is a profession to help people, actually to find a solution to help people, to save lives. And I think it's enough, this horrible period, people doing harm to each other. Stop doing that. We have to start embracing our humanity, because this is the only thing we have, one to each other. If we let the computers take over, nobody's going to win. The computers are already taking over the control of finances, and it can be very painful. I have been sitting in these conditions for more than 10 years now, I am telling you. And then the system is structured in a way that doesn't matter what you do, you are going to be, somebody's going to try to push you, because they don't realize the meaning of what their actions can carry in terms of precedent. So, very simple condition, a very simple explanation, just wanted to share with you today. In these 10 years, Zoo Mechanic have, that the company that I founded has allowed me to propose a few concepts that can be good for you and for everybody, targeting solutions that we can start to implement. The horses and oxen and buffalo was the first one, but that was not the only one. There's a few other ones, even better, that I want to share with you eventually. But again, let's not lose track of this. This is a blog to promote English learning, also to promote the concept of helping each other, not just using the knowledge for exam, but for the test of the real life, of saving human life. And so I say this, and I hope you come back again and continue watching the blog of the doctor at the parking lot. Thank you very much, and have a wonderful day.